And we're live for part 2 of the 2-2 portal. 2-2, what it do? What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest. I'm not even going to put these away. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, holy moly, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the first transcendental soul reincarnated. I am the Lilith. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. What you shitting about? Because right here, this is the part where the beat breaks down. Chicka, chicka, chicka. Slim Shady, are you out there? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in magic? I think he always has. Hey, can I point out something? These fucking plants are standing up very tall. Really? They're growing. They're supposed to be dying, but they're growing. Really? Yeah, I'm watching them grow in my pot. Really? God gave me these really pretty plants. Now, these guys were hanging low, and they're like going up into the universe. Really? Just share that with you. All right, let's talk about what I put in my community page. I shared a bunch of heebie jeebie, which was what? Scientific fucking terminology for what the fuck I be doing over here called channeling, accessing higher dimensional information from the fifth dimension and beyond. Yeah, all that bullshit. I also pointed out that there is a big stellar movement tonight where it makes up, if you look at it, and I was trying to show you, it is what? Metatron's cube. Come here. Come to me. Really? Yeah, we're going to talk to you. And that's what I was like, dude, I have been working with him since last summer, trying to figure all this goofiness out just for you. Jesus is always there. And dude, I don't know if you know what's going on, but it's him equals this and that. Really? It was Melchizedek that started all this a week ago. Really? He put us on the fucking bridge to success, and now I'm stuck in the fucking. And that's what's really funny. I kept trying to tell people I'm being ruled by the planets. And then they get me a manual to planetary rulership. Aha! All right. Really? I said in my last video we were going to talk about the Palladians, which is another star system, but I was also shared this star system that's happening tonight, which is in the shape of Metatron's cube. And I was trying to explain that that's not exactly what that is, but yes and no, and there's so much more. I didn't explain anything. I can explain what can't be explained. Really? Mm-hmm. But what it is a connection. And it all starts right here. In order to do anything that I do, you have to tap into your divine feminine. This is called a divine feminine awakening, and that's what happened to me. And you can hear my masculinity. Holy guacamole. Really? Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta fix this. Really? I don't like it. No, wrong button. Dude, this thing has so many buttons. Really? Yeah, hold on a second. Really? No. Okay. I think I like that. Okay. Sorry, we went for a little ride. We will talk about the power in your divine masculine, but in order to access the basis of the Merkaba is two triangles, one going up, one going down. All right. So what we do is the feminine is the downwards triangle, which is called the chalice, and the upwards triangle is the masculine, which is called the blade. And we put those together. Really? And then you can access your Merkaba and all kinds of unbelievable shit. But you have to tap into your divine feminine energy, which is your feelings, for all of this to happen. I am God in the female form, so I teach you how to do all of that. When you awaken, you wake up into your dark feminine feelings, and I'm supposed to catch you as the dark goddess, really, and get you into the light so you can tap into your light feelings. But until you deal with your darkness, you're stuck in the dark feelings, really, and that's pretty much where everybody is right about now, don't you think? Holding grudges and hating and all that good shit. Hey, how are you? Cheers. Hey, that must be from somewhere else. I said I was going to work on being more participative in the comments. What is this? Oh, okay. Well, moving on. Anyways, they're hate criming in the freaking comments. This is what I get? No, I'm trying not to give into this bullshit. Anyway, so let's start with the Lumerians because I always pull a Lumerian card on a Sunday because we're always in the light. Oh, dang. Look at that picture. That is just as pretty as the first one. Hey, Metatron, move on a little bit. Jeez. Really? Mm-hmm. If you can't tap into your feelings in the lighter side of life, then life is not going to get any easier. Pretty much. Yeah. People try to, go and escape. There's forms of escapism from the life that you live, but you need to learn to just have a good mindset about life. And realistically, you need to escape the shit that you're trying to escape, period. There's a reason you're trying to escape that shit. Really? I'm with you on that one. Let's start in this card. Damn, they're beautiful. They look like my flowers, don't they? Holy, holy. You're not interested, then get the fuck off my page, clown ass. Are you lonely in the internet? You need a friend? Somebody needs a friend in the internet. That's why I don't be in the comments. I'll be up that ass. All right, moving on. Number 35. Lumen Essence. I want to point out it's all in the heart. Everybody wants to be powerful in their mind and in their might and in their body, but none of them are powerful in their spirit because the spirit is the heart. Really? Mm-hmm. Self-love, the light that radiates from our heart, light shining in the darkness, heart-centered living, removing your heart armor, accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strength, a vulnerable, wide-open heart, authentic, heartfelt needs. See what I mean? See what I mean? When we choose to journey through our life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. Pause. I posted that in my community page. I said it all starts with your 7 chakras and taking action in your heart's callings, which is actually your higher self connected to God. It is taking you to face things, that's the initiation. Each time you face an initiation, you're elevated, and that gets you to the places where I'm at. You have to face your own fears. You have to face your own limitations, your own beliefs. You have to face your shadows. The more you do it, the freer you become, where you're like me. And that's where you only listen to the heart. And that's where I teach you the difference between your mind, which is the conscious mind, the inner child, as I call that. And then there's your heart, which is the universe guiding you. Yes? Yes. Try to get you there. You're stuck in your minds right now, so we'll see. All illusion drops away and we see what is real. What does self-love look like for you? Self-love is often talked about, but we don't always consider its deeper implications. Self-love is having self-respect, having boundaries, figure it out. Like, seriously. Having self-respect, having boundaries, having self-awareness, self-discipline. Self-love does not mean pampering yourself and giving yourself all the finest things in the world. You're being a child. You're being an absolute child. Now, there is a time when you need to indulge because you haven't and you've denied yourself, but being overindulgent, you know what I mean? And the word is self-indulgent. That's not what we're looking for here. One of the keys for bringing heaven to earth is realization of our optimal reality. To create the new earth, not dissimilar to the Lumerian utopia, we navigate or illuminate our journey through our hearts. And that's where they say you let your heart soar, which is your imagination. I spoke about this yesterday. In a perfect world, I could just sit with the little guys and teach them how to manifest. It'd be so simple. Really? Because they're not blocked by limitations of what they can and can't do. If you sat down with a 3 to 5-year-old and played with their imagination, give them, and that's what a manifestor is. Simplistic. What are you going to do? They're going to take their thoughts and their feelings and their willpower, plus the little things that you've given them, which could be anything to nothing. And that's why they tear up the house so wonderfully. They brew their little potions in the bathtubs. They make little inventions in the kitchens. They want to cut their own hair and they want to do all kinds. They're amazing. They're playing with their imagination all day when you're ignoring them and you're telling them to go do something or you're just on your phone. Realistically, yes. If they could direct that life force constantly, then they could constantly create a different world outside of them. Call it delusional, I guess. but in the essence of actually applying it, because then you'll see them. They come up with an idea. If you take small kids into a playroom, you're going to start with the imagination. They see all the toys. Hey, you know where's a great place to do this? Is the Denver Children's Museum. Fuck, you should go as an adult just to see if you have an imagination anymore. Realistically, they see all these things and their mind comes up with ideas. Okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. You still have that, but you see that in a profitable way. They see this as an adventure. Realistically, yes, they're going to open up shop. Realistically, yes, and then they become more explorative and more creative. Okay, and they start pretending, they start using other things, and that's where you can see their creativity. They don't have a spatula, so they're going to use something else. They're like, no, I have an idea. And if you could just keep, what I mean, building that, it's much bigger than you guys trying to sit there pushing a fart out of your head, trying to imagine something you can't. You're always thinking about what somebody else did. Oh, that's a good idea. You do have an idea of your own, Russ. Sorry, he's always part of this. Anyways, let's move on. When our core fund, and that's where it is. My heart tells me what to do. It comes up with all kinds of shit. It takes me on an adventure. Really? And it keeps me still. It tells me what to do. It tells me all of that. And that's what it means to be guided by the Holy Ghost or the Spirit, whatever. When our core foundations are integrity and kindness, our choices are ethical, and our soul radiates warmth, holds compassion and space for others, and inspires others to carry it forward. Unfortunately, as we travel through life, we often armor ourselves to protect our hearts. I spoke of that yesterday. You've put up a brick wall around yourself where you won't be kind or let anybody in for your own protection. If you could go to the foundation of where this started, you could break this down and just give yourself a chance. You don't want to take a chance on people for all good reasons, but in essence, you're not living life like that. Bottom line, bottom motherfucking line. We fear them to be delicate and vulnerable, but this is the contrary to the incredible power of having a fully open heart. Sadly, we can toss parts of ourselves into the trash because we cannot see how they serve us, or they may feel too ugly or painful. And that's the shadow parts. And I explained all that, dude. I told all my fucking dirt. I mean, there's still more if you want me to dig up more bones, but I summed that up in Friday night's Unbelievable Lights. Really? Oh, it was not a beautiful light for me to stand in, but it doesn't make it didn't make nobody go away. Telling them that this was my mother, this was my childhood, this is what I did, this is who I am, this is the shit I've been hiding from everybody my whole fucking life. It's either like, fuck, all right, well, I'm just at the point, you get to a point where it's like, why even hide it anymore? Who are you hiding it from? And if they persecute you, then fuck you. Really? You loved me all this time before knowing it. Does this change who I am? No, it made me who I am. The things you don't know about me. Really? Yeah. And it's supposedly you're only supposed to take that to where? I don't know. Hell? Really? I'm not sure, bro. Thinking about some of the shit. And that's what we do over here. I specialize in the shadow. Why? Because I live in the shadows. Loving yourself, that's Lilith. Where the fuck was Lilith? She's in the shadows. She's watching you. She's watching. Always watching. That's all I fucking do. That's why I be hearing your stupid thoughts out there too. Like, whose stupid thought was that? Just goes winging by as I'm watching history, watching the History Channel play out in my mind, and here comes somebody's stupid thought, somebody's stupid intention of hate. Who the fuck sent that by me? Really? Has to go down to the energetic fields, crystalline grids, and your Merkaba once again. Really, thoughts are intentions set out into the universe. I'm just sitting in the middle of it, catching airwaves, your fucking bad breath and evil thoughts. Seriously. And I already talked about you need a pair of cotton underwear. I smell that too, from 2 planets away. Sadly, we can toss parts of ourselves into the trash. Yeah. Loving yourself is about accepting all of yourself, including the parts you may not consider or you may consider less desirable. You're not going to like this part of me, but it's pretty fun. Realistically, oh well. Self-love is unconditional. I mean, the street rats, the trappers and all of those people, thug life type people, hustlers, drug dealers, killers, Anybody that's ever put in work really has a lot of love for my shadows. She knows. I fucking know. I know better than you. You know how I know? Because I didn't get caught. Moving on. Self love is unconditional. We make the journey to wholeness. We see the parts that we have served from ourselves are counterparts to our greatest strengths. We also realize that the action we thought benefited others, when we went out of our way to please, falls short or falls away. Really, I'm not trying to impress you. Really, because I'm gonna have to do this all the time, and that's just too much fucking work to be so pleasing to you. If you don't like me, then just go away. Really? There's plenty not to like. There's plenty to love, but I mean, fuck. Just take one and go with it. Really? If it's something characteristical flaw that just brings out the worst in you, then perhaps, we just don't align. That could be like a cancer or something. Just kidding. Some of us just don't align. I'm a little too rough around the edges for your sensitivity levels. But in the sense of, I don't care if you don't like what I do. Like, no, you're not pleasing. Nope. I tried to do that before. Nobody was ever pleased. Really? Especially not God. In their place, we can allow authentic gifts to unfurl and bring luminosity. Whoa. Say it again. Luminosity. Marshall, make a song with that word. Something real positive. Luminosity. To share endeavors and invitements. Consider how you relate to the world when it comes from a place of happiness, from a happy place of fullness, doing things because I'm getting distracted. I'm just reading. It happened earlier. I was talking about that. I threw that fucking book of the Islam beliefs down when they started talking about evil shit. So there's no such thing. Get away from me. I don't believe in evil. You can't make me anymore. I believe people do stupid shit and they must be forgiven and taught to be better. I don't want to hear your stupid evil ways and shit. Get away from me. You're telling a witch what's evil? The witch says there's no such thing evil. You want to argue with a witch? Get the fuck out of my face. You've called me evil I know what evil is. There's nothing more evil, supposedly, than me. And do I look very evil? Get out of my face. Seriously? Evil. People's intentions is the evil you speak of. But if you go back to what the fuck were they thinking, hey, we can get to the bottom of some shit and they can be forgiven. Realistically, we just need to rewire the fuckers. Really? What's the difference between the pedophiles that were raping me as a child and you out there looking for some girl that looks like a blow-up doll of the age between 13 to 19? What the fuck is the difference? Child molesters? Oh, you don't want to hear that part, right? That part's not in the Bible. Shut up, bro. Let's talk about your brand new girl who's how old and she looks how great and she's got fake tits and she's got everything plucked and pulled and fucking tucked and rolled. That Tootsie Roll. Shut up, bro. I'm over this. I'm going to get mad. I need something to drink. Feel the fire inside of my belly. Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to go with the greens. Why? I don't know. I need more greens in my life. I hope it don't taste green. You know what green is? It is the color of the heart chakra that we've been working on for 3 days. I'm getting underneath my skin. There's nothing wrong with my heart. You're bothering my skin is what's happening right now. Really, I don't want to be your girl. Go find another girl. Go build a bitch somewhere else. Really, build that bitch to your perfectness. And when she doesn't meet it, go find another one. That's all you guys do around here is build a bitch. Wonder why I call you bitch. Seriously, you fucking chomos. You're fucking chomos, dude. Seriously, any guy that dates a girl that's that young, that looks that young, is a chomo in my eyes. And I already said that I thought you were gay when you're watching all that pornography and all that man ejaculation. You, my friend, in all your pornography viewing, have seen way more dick than I have ever seen in my entire life. And the part that really gets you going is when it ejaculates. I think you're gay. According to science, can we have a demonstration? Come here, Russ, drop your pants. Let me blow one out there and let's see how turned on these men get. Really? It does it for them. They just want to see you blow your load. I think you're gay. How's that for religious studies? Psychological studies. Realistically? That's why they said don't be doing that stuff. Are you watching lesbian porn? No, then I think you're homo. Let me stay in my greens. Okay. It didn't taste so bad. What is it? I don't know. Some tropical greens fiber smoothie. Okay, I'm in the tropics. Really? I guess so. It looks something like that picture, doesn't it, though? All right, moving on. Sorry. Lilith on that ass. Sorry, this pleasing. I'm not pleasing. I'm anything but. I mean, maybe. In their place, we can allow authentic gifts to unfurl. Bring. That's where I sit back in my skin and it's like, oh, did you see that outburst? That was great. Can't edit that out. That was the shadow. That was me. Hey, hey. Keep going. Consider how you relate to the world when you come from a happy place of fullness, doing things that because you want to. Sometimes we feel we must give away our happiness to show we care for others. Dude, Bobby, I wish you'd get out of my energy and just go give your life away to someone else. Shit. This is easily Russ. He's over there. They're milking his cow over there. We can't do it publicly because he's doing it personally. But when we live our joy, sorry, I'm out of control. But when we live our joy, it affects others. Acting from an uninspired obligation, and the cloud it brings can hold no light to that joy. Really, your lame ass fucking life that you got to tend to first thing tomorrow morning does not bother me. Doesn't bring me down. Really? Nope. Really? Nope. Remember, your internal world reflects your outer reality. If you are met by less than ideal dynamics, you may hold a clue to your unloved part. They may hold a clue to your unloved parts. What does that mean? If you're dealing with some bullshit, it's triggering your fucking shadows, which is, say that again in the light. If you are met with less than ideal dynamics, if you hit a tower, it may hold a clue to your unloved parts. You're going to face a shadow, which they call in tarot the devil. Accepting our less desirable aspects doesn't make and that's where I'm proud to be a Kanye. I'm proud to be a Kanye. I'm going to be a Kanye. Everyone say, yay! Hip hop hooray! I don't care. I'll make a scene. I'm not afraid to be a Kanye. Really? As long as I sound better than him and I don't offend anyone, then what's wrong with causing that much attention? You wanna act? I'll put on an act. Really? They always say you're trying not to be the Kanye, right? I'm Kanye. I'm Kanye. Did you meet my twin flame Kanye West? I'm more Kanye than Kanye ever could have been. Really? Till I resurrect him, he's just a little bit of ye. Ye who must not be named. Ah! Such a dork. My twin flames love me. I love you too. Open up your heart a little bit. Let's have some fun. Oh, you got to work real hard. You got a new project coming out this year. You guys are stupid. Really? There goes Lewis revving his engine to crash into the wall again. Crash his dreams and hopes into the back of somebody else's car. I wish you guys would go away, or at least do something better with your day. Imagine one of them just like quit their life one day. Wow, that would be amazing. Really? What would they do? There's a billion possibilities for a millionaire. Jesus Christ. Could walk around naked painting pictures of something or something. I hope you don't, because I would see you in the astrals doing such things. Remember, your internal world reflects your outer reality. Yeah, I told you that. You don't need to go outside. Dealing with your shadow, accepting your whole self means being okay with the foundations that created these insecurities and bringing them back into balance. Let me tell you why. This is why I'm hot. That's what it is. Why do you go ballistic? Let me explain. You triggered me, and there's an inner part of me that I have to face real quick. Really, you brought up a shadow. Damn it. I must go away now into my shadows. Really, I remove myself quietly to go deal with myself. But yeah, that's nice. Insecurities, fears, I don't know. It could be all kinds of things. Somebody said something or did something that made you go all Kanye West, and now you have one of two options. Tell them fuck you and try to rally everyone against them and play a victim to the fact that you're just out here running your mouth like Kanye West. Or you accept, oh, I just had a Kanye West moment. I tend to have those. Give me a second. Let me do some internal retrospect on why the fuck I just blew up at you like that. Was it that serious? It could have been. Give me a minute. I might still be mad at you, but I don't know if this was just an initial response. Hold still for transmission. Realistically, I might have meant what I said. I mean, I probably did, but I don't know where it was coming from, and I could have probably said it better. So says, depending on who's in my ear, it could have been Kobe that said nicer, or it could have been Pac that said harder. Yeah, they'll be in our bed, they'll be at my bedside at all times, so just keep that in mind. Fuck him harder. Be nice to the guy. And the crowd goes wild. Everything I do is a universal experience. Your universe gets to experience my life with me. I am not a singular soul having this experience, but the universal fucking experience for all to see with my little singular thoughts and feelings as I go about this world. Really, wait till I have a fucking stage. Seriously, I can see it empty, and that brings me more fun. Until people start coming in, I might have to restrict my movements a little. No, authenticity. We're practicing to be all of me for all of you. It's going to be too much. People are going to be scared in their flesh. Especially when I learn how to levitate. Really? Seriously. I wear panties, so you don't have to worry about that. I guess maybe you weren't. I was. Could have been a shadow side of me. Really? Well, we'll put on some boxer briefs. Apparently those are appropriate. Boy shorts. Where do women wear boy shorts? I have questions about your sexuality. Who's the designer? You're going to put women in something called boy shorts. Sounds like Lewis Hamilton's fashion team. Oh, God. I'm going to die. I really didn't need to come to this table with you guys, but I guess I'll share all of me with you at this moment. This is pretty much what I do, sitting outside in meditation. A lot of laughing and joyfulness. Really? Yeah. It's better than whatever you were doing today. Moving on. Let's see. A technique for painting. What? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Bring them back into light. A technique for painting light involves balancing the surroundings of darker color. They want me to start painting when I get in my house. Really? Yep. I guess so. Who knows what will come out of there. Interdimensional gateways to hell. Don't look at that picture for too long. Something might pop out of there, you know. I painted it with that intention. I put that one right over the doorway. I'm funny. I'm funny because I know it's scary, but it was just funny. I mean, are you scared? Okay, moving on. I'm going to paint a masterpiece. The darker of, what is this word? Oh, God. Shut the fuck up. Hey, Marshall Mathers. Mr. Dictionary. Mr. Pictionary. Where is this stupid word? Where did you see it? Over here. Juxta what? Do you see this word? Juxtaposition? Okay, I guess I could sign it out. But can you make that rhyme with something else? Apparently, it's a singular word. I'm just fucking with him. Why? Because who uses this word? Someone like him. The darker juxtaposition, the brighter the light appears. Is this Bob Ross talk? I don't hear him talk like this. This is a great, he says pretty little mistakes and shit. This is not how he talks. This is not how the spirit talks to me. This is a great analogy for accepting all aspects of our deeper self. Be real with your shadows so you can let more light in and shine brighter. And that's where they don't have to hide, but they can be seen and we have fun with them. You know what I mean? As I'm over here being very inappropriate, that would be my shadow self, my little inner child, my very dark version saying very inappropriate things. You're welcome. You are always welcome here, and this is a safe space. Really? I think it's funny, don't you? You should probably not say that thought. I'm going to tell it to them. They're going to love it. Really, the darker sides. All right. Love is the most potent and healing tool that we have. And the more we feel, the more we create. Now, when this happened, when I started waking up, I woke up to not so very good feelings. Really? No, I woke up to terrible memories that created terrible feelings. And I had to love myself through that. I had to love myself through things that I didn't even know I went through because I was, you know what I mean? I had disassociated amnesia, so I completely forgot these things. So these memories come up and a lot of terrible things. And during that time when I'm feeling what it felt like to be me, I have to talk and love myself out of these moments and tell myself I am okay and try to explain to myself in a good manner why this could have happened and make sense of it for my small self so I can get myself out of there. You know what I mean? Mentally. So it was a lot of loving myself. When you learn to deal with your fucked up self and learn how to calm it and soothe it and understand what it is, which is your shadow, you immediately recognize that everyone else is just acting out of theirs too. And it alleviates a lot of this external belief that people are just assholes and shit because you can see them literally acting like their shadow's acting out in front of you after you've seen your own. And that's what I mean about Kanye. We all Kanye. We all Cardi B. We all Justin Bieber. We all Britney Spears. We are the youth of a nation. I mean, I just want to say, really? But to deny that you got some bump and grind in you, you're stupid, bro. If you don't even want to pretend like you ain't got some R. Kelly love making, stepping in the name of love, if you ain't got no Michael Jackson, if you don't have these spirits upon you, you're denying literally essence of what you are. We are those that are outside of us because they carry what we are, and denying ourselves and saying no, that's a good person, that's a bad person, whatever. Going back to fucking Miley Cyrus, there's a great one, another Sagittarius I must point out, beyond expressive and vilified for her as an expression of just trying to discover who or what the fuck she was. And that's my daughter behind here, another Sagittarius. You know what I mean? Trying to just discover. In the discovery, self discovery that they chose to take upon themselves, something like myself and others. You know what I mean? That was it. And, vilified. They stepped out. And once they stepped out, they got stepped on. Kanye West, Britney Spears, motherfucking. Dude, she's falling so deep into her shadows. Who? Nicki Minaj? Why is she hiding behind Trump? What did Trump do today? Why is he all over the fucking news again? Fucking guy is doing God's great works. It's just you don't understand how God works. Realistically, move on. Leave the guy alone. Don't even get in that shit. But realistically, why is she hiding behind that? Because she lost everyone. Do you not remember Kanye West doing the same fucking thing? Running to fucking President Trump when the world turned against him? Where do you think Kim Kardashian went? They run to the leaders to protect them. So she's over there, she fell so fucking hard on her fucking face with her shadows with fucking Cardi B's release. She wants to pretend like none of that happened. She was supposed to be releasing an album and blah, blah, blah. And she made a whole fucking putz of herself, had to shut herself down. And now she tries to come out as a fucking illegal alien supporting Trump. I love this. It's gorgeous. Your fucking shadows, your shifty fucking behaviors, your transparency is your real self is showing so beautifully. One of my favorite ones was 50 Cent and Joe Budden at the playoff games, bro. They literally bought tickets right in front of each other. Both of these dudes have been talking shit about each other for over decades. They sat right in front of each other, fucking courtside, and didn't say shit. We saw the truth right there. The truth, bro. These people are wearing the truth all day long, bro. They're trying to dress it up, but you can't. And that goes down to someone like fucking dude, look at his ass. Fucking Lewis. Damn, bro. He came out as a poster boy for equality, a poster boy, bro. He wanted to be that. He wanted to be a black member of society. He wanted to be that, a movement for the black members of society. All he did was move his black ass into fucking white America and come out as a white boy in black skin. There's nothing traditionally black about you. Not even your upbringing, British boy. Boys on the hood. You don't even know what it means to be a black boy. But you think, Mr. Box, put him back in the box, the fucking gimp. Realistically, it's tea time, isn't it though? The fucking masks are falling left and right, and it's hideous. It's unbearable. It breaks your heart. You swore to God this was an emblem of something real, only to find out shit. You guys are still tripping on the Epstein files. Every time you read another line, you go crazy. Let's go crazy. I hear Prince. You thought all these people were good people, bro. And all these people are fucking falling like flies. Bam, 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 bam. Say something good about him. Say something good. Say something good. You're lying. Will Smith was never a good person, bro. None of his family were. They were all liars and fucking weirdos and fucking unhealed fucking sickos. They were all fucking lying, bro. Cat Williams, bring it out. Bring him out. We sat back and watched. Is Cat Williams a Sagittarius? If not, he is in spirit. I mean, seriously, somebody could have lied. I'm just saying. Realistically, can you see it? Can you feel the love tonight? Really? Hey, bro, those are the towers by the hours. That's the fall of man. He opens our eyes to what he says is the truth, and we no longer live in the lie that everyone else lives. They still believe the bullshit that are coming out of these people's mouths. They support it. You have my vote. I support this message. They live by this bullshit, which is what? Corruption, greed, insanity is what I see everywhere. The definition of insanity, guys, is to do the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Your job is insane. Your life is insane. Everything you do is ordained and fucking literally scheduled. You do the same shit all the time. I'm a creature of chaos, and that's why I'm a creature of adventure and exploration, and I live a free life because I break the norms of what you guys call as normal, and I'm able to as well live a great prosperous life, not living in the context of what your matrix mind or anybody says. Example, they tell you what time breakfast is, and they tell you what foods are acceptable to eat for breakfast according to your culture. In Mexico, bitches, in Mexico, we have fucking meat and tortillas for breakfast. We have fucking tacos for fucking breakfast. If you have a good family, if you can afford that, you get fresh beans, you get tortillas, maybe some cotija cheese, and a piece of carne. You start your day on tacos, bro. If you got a good family. If not, you're still starting your day with some kind of tortilla and something's wrapped up in that. But over here, they say, no, it's a muffin. It's a fucking oatmeal. It's a fucking pancake. It's a fucking this. And you can't have that after this hour. Now we're moving on to lunch. That's not appropriate lunch food. Really? And then we go in deeper at dinner. What is acceptable for dinner? What times you're supposed to eat? When you're supposed to eat? You're all programmed. You live on structures. The structures are falling down. Because you believe that anybody's not structured like you doesn't live rightly. You believe that your life is the only way to live life. And if anybody lives outside of your way of life, then they're not truly living life. But yet everybody's here living. Not everybody's washing their fucking pits and brushing their teeth and putting on fresh underwear every day. That I can attest for. But everybody's being fed. They're breathing. Nobody's starving. When they're ready to die, they will. God puts them somewhere to close their eyes every night. He's providing for them. He's protecting them. He is guiding them until their final day. Really? Yeah. They might not be living as large as you, but it doesn't mean they're not worthy of respect. And that's it. Everybody believes that they have a better life because of what they have. What did you have to do to get such trinkets, Lewis? Lewis has all the shiny things, probably more than fucking Kim. And I pointed it out so many times that she went chasing after him before them. She realized he's worth more than she is, and she needs someone like that in her life. Lewis, with his low self esteem, couldn't say no to a Kardashian. I think you could have picked a better one. I mean, not really. They're all pretty tainted. They come from the same rotten apple. Really? Yeah. Bread. They're inbred. Haha! That was a good way to put it. Moving on. Maybe they can give you a big dick or turn you into the chick you always wanted to be. I'm not sure where you're leaning with this shit. Anyways, moving on. Love is the most potent and healing thing that we have, and it's contagious. The more we live from our hearts, the more we find it in our lives. So how do we kickstart this wholeness of being? Being present and authentic with your heartfelt needs, have an awareness and a softness towards your unloved parts. And that's it too. When you're sitting there and your body's telling you you're fucking tired and you're fucking hungry and you don't want to fucking be here, you're not listening to it. You never listen to yourself. Cry. It's literally crying, dude. It's crying. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, we've got to do this. Tell it why. Like I come to you as a small child. Tell me again, Bobby, why you're doing this? For my kids to be happy, and they're happy. Am I supposed to believe this when you have such a warped and belief system in your own world? I'm sure you tell yourself your kids are happy, just as you tell yourself you're doing the right thing. I don't believe any of this. This is all in your mind. Realistically, you guys are warped. And that's what it means about self-sacrificing and shit. And that's what I told him. That was the last thing I told him. I was like, could you possibly fathom that your kids could live another life happy? This is the only way to happiness, is if you keep them in this structured way of life. Any other way of life will bring unhappiness to your children. This is a fucking excuse, but he believes it. And that's what I mean, is you guys believe these excuses to the end. You'll cry and scream and punch somebody because of your belief. You swear you're right. Doesn't make you right. You have to be right, is what's going on right here. You couldn't possibly be wrong. You couldn't possibly be redirected because you don't know where to start, and that pisses you off. You want to know, you want to have control. You want to be in control. You want to be God. Whatever. I'm just messing around over here. Let God be God. That's how I say it. It may seem easier said than done, but we start seeing things from a gentle, more compassionate place, away from judgment. And that's where I make those decisions every day. My mind says I'm going to go outside and I'm going to do all great things. And I get outside and my spirit, my heart, the weather tells me no. Today we stay inside. That's real discipline. Not denying my feelings for what my brain, my desires are, but really following my heart's desires, honoring my true feelings rather than, you know what I mean, the things of this world that my mind seeks to obtain in a single day. In the bigger picture, we are all doing the best we can within our circumstances. Often the things that we keep out of our hearts are much simpler to release than we realize. Finding what makes us happy and surrounding ourselves for those who really, I see a crazy thing right now. You never thought about it. I guess because we were just talking about them so heavily. As I said that, it's like it would be simpler to release than we realize. In that moment, I saw Kanye speaking to Kim. If he stopped running from her and everything that has happened and just fucking sorted it out and thugged it out, he could start over. At any time, you can choose to start over, but you have to face what you're running from. You have to take accountability for what your actions have caused. You have to clean up what you have done, and you have to set a new foundation in trust. And you, more than anything, need to be available to your children. He's in a position where he could own the house or the block next to her and be right there if they could figure this out. And that's what's best. Both of them are selfish motherfuckers. But they're running away from a difficult conversation, which isn't one conversation, but leads to many, because they just didn't sort shit out. They ran out on this. They ran away and made it way more messier, which was what? Their family. Fuck. I'm going to have to reach out to both these bastards. It's not to say they can't have their freedoms. It's not to say they don't love each other. It's not to say nothing. It means that they fucking sacrifice themselves for what's best, which is the children they brought into this planet. Their children's needs are more important than them, and they're seeking fucking power and control in this world. Those kids need a mother and a father more than anything else you can provide for them, and nobody else can do that for them. Which means you have to settle your fucking disagreements and come together, co-parent, be real in their lives. Quit running around and trying to be real in everybody else's life. The real life. Get a life, dude. You already have one. How old are your kids, bro? How long has Kanye been away from them? Running around trying to rebuild his life. How long has she been trying to keep this shit going? When are you guys going to face this and fix this? Nobody said you had to remarry. It could be irreconcilable. What is that? Differences? Fine. You're two different people. You're not the same people. But you still have an obligation to the same children. That's all I saw. It'd be difficult on both parties. But that's what it caused. You don't need lawyers. You don't need fucking mediators. You need to sit down and talk it out and be real ass people and apologize and face the shit and figure out, all right, well, let's starting tomorrow. How can I be more active? How can we be more active in our children's lives? How can we be here? I want one of us to always be in our children's lives. When you're out, I'm out. When I, somebody, we need to be here as parents to our children. That's what y'all need to do. All that other shit, trying to make a fucking, trying to keep the fucking skimsware, trying to make a new album, trying to make movies. None of that shit fucking matters. These kids matter. Those kids matter. That'll be the best thing you can ever do in this life, is give them some love. If not, they're going to grow up as loveless adults, distorting sex and love, chasing for love and admiration like yourselves. Be the parents you didn't have. Kanye, be the father that wasn't there. Kim, be the loving mother that your mom wasn't. Stop being what your mother is. You're following in your cursed footsteps, you fuckheads. And it's literally your dead, which would be your father and Donda, and your kids' spirit that are calling for this. And shit, probably Jesus too. Some of you need to just stop it, bro. Just stop the fucking beat right now. Just stop the bullshit. Break the contracts of bullshit and come clean and make this better. Go face the people that you've wronged and try to, do the right thing for once in your fucking life. And it doesn't start with one day, but continue to do the right thing. Figure out the right way. You know what I mean? God will show you. He's got too much pride. Is she not forgiving? Would she not let him be a father if he would stand up and be a father? And if he put the same guidelines, wouldn't these kids be better? By him showing off his fatherhood, she'd have to compare herself and have to try to be just as much as a mother. Do you not remember her out there with her little her little fucking Barbie made fucking, what was that fucking minivan for her kids while they were in soccer? It's in you. If you give up the other shit. It's a sad thing, bro. You're my age. What are you going to do? They're only getting older. You're going to have new ones and try this again? These two right here, bro, for real, they're in high school. My son will be in high school this year. They're high schoolers. Their dad missed it all. Maybe he could, you know what I mean, have another child and see what it meant to be a father, and what he missed, maybe. But you guys don't have to miss it. It's happening right now. Somebody, you know what I mean? Those that have children, you're missing it. You're missing the experience, the things I tell you about these wonderful little beings. Really? You're missing it. They'll grow fast. It happens so fast. I can't believe it. It happens so fast. It felt like an eternity when they were small, but it goes so fast. And you'll forget it too. And that goes to the same thing, the opposite spectrum. My oldest children, I missed so much of their lives. I missed a lot of it because I too was out there trying to make a name for myself, trying to build a home, trying to do you know what I mean? Really? Yeah. Same thing, bro. Let me say this again and we'll move on. Heavy duty. That was a heavy duty download. And that's what a download is. It takes one image, bro. You get one image put to your head, and it takes you into a place where this becomes a teaching and understanding. It was just an image of what? Kanye walking up to talk to Kim. That's it. That's all I saw. It started with just a picture, a still picture of a possibility that could change reality. I want you to understand that, God speaks in pictorials. They're just pictures. It's just a still picture, just like art. And I have to see, you know what I mean? What did I feel when I saw this picture? What did this picture mean to me? When I saw this image of Kanye walking up to Kim, what did I see? Union. But what I saw was what it would take, what he could be walking into. That's what my projection of the image was. Really? Yeah. That's how it works. I just wanted to point that out. That's how my downloads come. It's just an image. That's all I saw when I was reading this. Often the things that keep us out of our hearts are so much simpler to release than we realize, which is as children. Can you imagine what it does to his sense of self to be a fucking deadbeat dad? You can imagine. What does he have to do? He has to face Kim Kardashian. How does that make your fucking spine feel thinking about it? Is he forgiving? And that's it. He can hate her for everything that's happened and hate everyone because everyone turned on him and he lost everything, and he can be in a hateful place, and he has every right. And that's where he was. He tried to do, and he started to work through the layers of it. You know what I mean? Forgive me. Everyone turned on me. I remember that post. You said something about SpongeBob or something. Really? Patrick Star was on that post. And then fucking Nicki Minaj comes out with the same thing. She thought it was appropriate to make the same type of apology. I always felt vilified by this person. And your mom. Fuck your mom. Just kidding. In the sense of he had to deal with all of that. But then the next level is that, you know what I mean? After you deal with the betrayal, you have to deal with the forgiveness. And then after the forgiveness is you have to do, there's layers to this shit. Really? Finding what makes us happy and surrounding ourselves with those who really see us and encourages us to go a long way. I don't know if he has a relationship with his children where they know their father in such a way. Similar, I could say the same thing about Bobby, who's home or not home. Do they really know their father, or only the person he acts like when he's there with them? There's different layers to your being that you only let out in certain places. You act different with your children. You act different with, and that's what it means to be your true, authentic self, is to not have to shift yourself for the room. Really? Mm-mm. Watch your words, but always be true. Be aware of the parts of yourself that you find easy to love, and set goals for healing themes that require extra care and attention. Honor the fantastic vessel your body is. Look at what you are good at and grow your self-appreciation from that place. This happened to me in my first big awakening. I was on the top of Mother Cabrini's shrine, and I saw the matrix literally fall from underneath me. I was sitting on top of there just in a place of meditation. And I heard this loud voice, which was my own voice, scream at me, "It isn't real." And all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, I don't know. I can tell you what happened there, and I have videos to support this fucking vision. I was up there, and in my mind's eye, I heard this huge scream. And I see myself outside of myself, which would have been an astral projection of myself. And I see the mountain that I'm on literally crumble and swallow my car with me in it. And then I wake up and I'm at home. Were you ever there? Oh, I was there. I took pictures and shit. How did I get home? I don't know. That was a lot of my personality disorder where there was a lot of those blackout moments. But I saw that. After that, what happened next was I didn't know how to describe it until just recently. It's called the alchemical transmutation, where your reality has just broken from the inside out, and now it's breaking inside of your DNA at a cellular level. Right? So my reality is broken. Everything I thought life was and shit, it was just one of the first. It happens all the time to me. But that was one of the first ones. I'm sitting up there praising God and shit, and it's like my life is just literally falling apart. I don't even know what life is anymore. Really? And then it literally, I see this vision of it fall apart. When I get home, I'm in all kinds of uncomfortable pain. I try to sleep it off, but I can't. And I wake up and I'm in pain and I'm like hurting my bones, my muscles, everything's hurting and I don't understand. I guess theoretically, you could say that my body was crushed by the experience. Now that I look at it, I tried to go outside and I tried to smoke. I remember crying and everything just hurt. So I ran a hot bath and it got worse. It felt like my skin hurt. Like if you touched me, I was going to cry. It's just like everything hurt inside of me. Everything. I couldn't explain it. My muscles, my bones, my skin hurt. So I tried to crawl into this deep ass bath and I talk about it. I almost drowned in there. I'm just crying. I'm crying and I hear this voice of Tree. And he says, "You just need to love yourself more." And as I'm about to literally drown into this water because I can't hold my body up anymore, it's this: grow. Look, it says, grow your self appreciation from this place. Look at what you're good at and grow your self appreciation from this place. So as I'm sitting there and I'm literally, my head's falling into the water, it could have maybe looked like a heroin trip. Like I couldn't hold my body. I had no physical strength. My body hurt so bad. I heard this voice, and in my mind, I started thinking about good things about that I liked about myself. So I said, "You have a very contagious laugh, and you make people laugh. You have a really sexy body and you have thick thighs that are really nice. You have, and I started listing the things of me that I liked about my body, which was I was rebuilding myself mentally from the inside out. And I kept telling myself affirmations of things I liked about myself. You have long, beautiful hair. You have a beautiful smile. You're nice, and all these things. I started telling myself these things till I could finally pick myself up. And I'm sitting there looking like the Grudge, my knees crossed. I'm sitting there, my hair is falling, and I've been crying. And I'm just in my mind telling myself things about myself where I'm starting to feel better. And I pull the plug. And as the water starts to pull out, I feel all this heavy. She's acting. Oh, it's her thing again. She did that the other day. It was really weird. As I feel this, as the water starts pulling, it's almost like the tide of the ocean is pulling this energy, this heavy energy off of me. And I start to feel a little bit better, less woozy, right? So then I put the plug and I refill the water and I do this experience again. And I'm starting to feel better and I sit up a bit and I pull the plug and then I turn the shower on and I just run cold water. And that's how I rebuilt myself. There's these moments, I go through them. I haven't done one right recently, but we go through them. They're paradigm shifts where your reality, everything you thought has just crashed from the inside and it lived inside of you. This is a way of life that you lived by. And now your reality is shattered and you don't literally have the strength, the willpower to live because the way that you lived has just been pulled out from underneath you, which is no more than a thought, I assure you. That's how people lose it all the time, is called a traumatic event, where they lose their ability to live and they give up on life. because you lived by this code, by this honor, you lived by this moral, by this philosophy, and it just got ripped out behind you. For example, here's a perfect example. You lived for your spouse, and then all of a sudden your spouse died. It was the only reason you told yourself everything you ever did every day was for them. Now that they're here, they're gone, you don't know what to tell yourself how to live anymore. That's how that works. So you lived for this. This is what I used to get up in the morning for, but now I have no reason to get up. That's no longer, it's no longer in my life. You have to find other ways to live, but it literally takes away your life force. You lose your will, which is your fire. And it comes from a place like that. You have to, and that's where it is. How do people find the will to live? You know, it's in their mind. Going back to the children that were stuck for 40 days in the Amazon River, in the Amazon, I promise you, my mind would have killed me in the first day because of my fears. The bugs, the spiders, the fucking anything could have eat me. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I would have died. I would have panicked in my mind. Really? Without a good, strong spirit. And that's what I want to explain to you, is understanding that. So when you go through these paradigm shifts and you change, you know what I mean? Your reality, God has shown you the truth that this person is not who you thought they were. And you made your whole life around this person. And now you have no idea how you're going to live your life because your whole life was around this person. It shatters you and you can't even get out of bed. Everything hurts because the whole blood that was pumping through your blood, the whole programming of the blood that was pumping through your muscles was programmed on the thought for this person, this place, or this thing. So when that person, place, or thing is taken out of you, you don't have that willpower pumping through your blood anymore. What we're trying to do is get your blood to pump for the Spirit of God, which is your heart, not to be chasing the things of your mind. And when they're taken away from you, up, or not to go crazy after it. Many things God removes. We're living for this dream. Lewis, he will not accept anything, no other idea in his world, nor will any other of these guys. They cannot accept a different way of life. They've lived by this for their whole life. You can't teach an old dog new tricks is what it is. To take this away is to take away life as they know it, is what Marshall would say. If I couldn't do music, I'd die. But you don't own music. Apparently, music owns you. If this is all you have, but yet brings you no joy. Do you understand that? And that's Lewis. All he has is racing. He can't give it up, especially not a loser. It doesn't matter. You have to give it up at some point. Michael Jordan had to stop. Kobe had to stop. Everybody has to stop. There's a stop sign where you have to try a new life now. You have to try a new life now. And again, we're in that place where they're giving out new beginnings, but it is painful because this was your way of life. And now it's been pulled out of you at a fucking cellular level where you're literally dying. You don't even know how to get up, and you have to, you know what I mean? Fill yourself with a reason to live. Really? Yeah. I had to do that a lot through my journey. I didn't know what I was doing, and I had to keep fueling my weak mind with what I was doing, even though I had no conscious knowing of what I was doing. Really? Yeah. I just want to point that out. You're going to be devastated when this way of life comes crashing down, but you must understand there's another way to life, and it's up to you to find that way. It comes from inside of you. Somebody can put a thought in your mind like they did to fucking Morgan. Told her, you know what you should do? You should go into medical billing and coding because that's a 6-figure income. So she takes this idea on her life that someone else has projected, and now she gets a computer and she's going to go to college to do what somebody else told her to do with her life because it makes good money and she's never made money like that. All right, live your life according to their fucking supplement. Do what other people tell you to do with your life. Or do what your heart's telling you to do and enjoy life. Bobby said something to me like that. We can't all do what we want to do or do what makes us feel good. Can't all do whatever makes us feel good. Said a lot of what I do doesn't always make me feel good. I just don't do the things that make me feel bad. That's it. If this makes me feel bad, I'm not going to do it. I'll find something else to do. That's the only mentality I'm trying to explain to you. It's not about doing nothing, which God has trained me very well to do nothing, but it's about not doing shit that doesn't bring you happiness. Doing for the sake of doing and an excuse of doing it for someone else's gratitude. That's dumb. It's the definition of self-sacrificing. And you do it with honor to what? Your Honor, I have an objection to this. Moving on. Be aware of the parts of yourself that are easy. Yeah. Dream big, but also be real about what is achievable. Do not compare yourself to others, as we all have our different struggles and strengths. Think about all that you're grateful for, acts of kindness, and other ways to expand that heart-filled, good, excuse me, I'm getting a download. Expand that heartfelt, feel-good vibe. There's another argument to be said. We can't all be like you. Perhaps, but I do believe that everybody can learn. You can be taught a new skill and try something. If you don't like that, then go learn something else and try that. Call it the fucking Sagittarius in me. The projection onto you that I believe that you could learn to do something better with your life. That you don't have skills, I'll accept that, but that you can learn. Why? Because I know all kinds of shit and I had to be taught. I didn't come in here with knowing. Well, anyways. Moving on. Divinatory meaning. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting, which again, we're dealing with the shadow. You may be experiencing an inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love. That is, the deep, compassionate, unconditional love of self that brings you into wholeness. Simplistic, there was a part of me that I denied that wanted Bobby. There's a part of me that I denied that loved Russ. Ugh. I did. And now I don't. I'll tell him freely. There is a part of me that loves you so much. I love you so much. I don't deny that. I did. Why? I was ashamed of it. Why? Because I didn't understand it. There's lots of parts of me that I tried to, you know what I mean? Just something like that. That's a perfect example. This card is about self-love. It is that deep, compassionate, unconditional love of self that brings you into wholeness. And that's where my heart is like, I want to see Bobby. And I'm like, nah, hell no, fuck you, fuck off, I'm not doing it. I have a great video a couple weeks ago of that. And finally I give in. Why? Because it's my heart. And I'm like, well, whatever happens, I'll protect you. Really? Yeah. This doesn't mean any wrong. And nothing bad happened from it. Nothing that doesn't always happen. It's not really bad. It's just annoying, to be honest. So he's just annoying. But whatever. And that's where I'm like, why this one? Why? Why can't you just love someone else? And that's where I'll sit here and, logically speaking, I think you shouldn't be in love with this type of person, but fine. If this is who you're going to love, if I don't let my heart love him, then I have no experience at love. You do realize that, right? It makes no sense and it gets me in all kinds of trouble and I have to learn all kinds of painful lessons, but it loves someone. If not, I wouldn't be loving on anyone. Really? Why him? Don't ask. I got tired of asking that. Just let it love. Really? Really? I'm not looking for reasons to why it loves you anymore. I just let it when I can, when it doesn't get in my way of what I'm trying to accomplish on my own. Really? Yes. And that can show my selfishness in that in itself. Really? Yeah, it does. And I have to give into the bullshit. And I don't want to because it always ends in some bullshit. But it's nothing that I can't handle. And my heart is filled with joy for allowing it to have the experience. Really? Yes. You're going to have to learn how to parent yourself. There's a lot going on here. There is nothing much, and that's just it. You know what I mean? there's a part of me that wants to go out and wants to do things, and I don't want to let it because of bad experiences, or I just don't feel like, you know what I mean, putting on the face to let this part of me out. I had to let it out, and that was the shadow, you know what I mean, the party girl. I want to go to the Bone concert. Oh, come on, dude. There's like a billion reasons why we don't go do shit like this no more. Only for it to get out and have a great time and let it breathe and realize that, you know, that is a great part, and what it's not a terrible thing when I get in the clubs. People might act terrible around me, but I'm having a great time. And that was it. That part of me needed to be expressed.
Dude, these people wait in
Really?
line forever and they just sit around waiting for another 5 hours, and I can't wait that long.
Nobody, patience is a virtue that not all of us have.
I'm
Going
just
back to it,
saying
and that's it
what?
too. It's like I told you my stories. I started going to the club for entertainment when I was 15, and they were very entertaining. Really? Yeah. So that's always been a scene. But then I'm like, nah, I'm too old for that scene, and I don't want to be part of that scene. And, you know, God doesn't, in all of this shit until God calls me into that scene. And, you know, I'm trying to talk myself out of it because I've already told myself I don't do this shit. And the inner part is like, yes. And the outer part is like, no. And then it became an integrate that this is okay. Really? Yeah. You're not going to see me at all. And that's what I said. I'm not going to all the shows. But if my spirit wants to go to a show, which, you know, I'm thinking about another one. Which one? I told you the cool concert's coming. What is that? It's an oldies show. Earth, Wind, and Fire and shit. I think Lionel Richie is going to be there. Really? My spirit wants me to go there. I feel it. Why? What bad can come from it? What do I have to do to give into my spirit's desire to go dance at these and hear this music? Again, it's just a spirit thing. Really? Seriously. Moving on. That's where it is. It's like, don't deny yourself fully. And that was talking about this weekend. Oh, shit. Last week, I was talking all kinds of shit about a hard dick and how I wanted one. I was like, I didn't persecute myself. It's like, well, let me explain where this is coming from. My heart really wants this. I can do so much about it. And then God's like, hey, hold on. I don't think you really have this under control yet. I wasn't supposed to be running around saying that. No girl says that. Well, I'm not, whatever. I'm not just a girl. I am the goddess of sexuality. So, you know, seriously speaking here, really? I mean, it was a shadow, I guess. Girls aren't supposed to go wild like that. And we saw it in our 10-day energy that is said it was honored by an erect penis. So then I'm running around with my tarot cards saying, see, it wasn't me. It was in the cards. 10 days. I think I've gotten through most of those quite well, don't you think? I have no erect penis to hold on to. Actually, I could run around with a fucking dildo in my hand. All right. Anyways, this card is about self love. That is, you know, whatever, your wholeness. That is deep, compassionate, unconditional love of the self that brings you into wholeness. Essence means the essence of light. There is nothing that makes us shine more than than a heart that is full of love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. I make people feel comfortable in their shadows because I wear mine so freely. They can take themselves off. They can take off the mask and be comfortable to be themselves around someone like me. Really? And they need that. They need to feel accepted in their in their darkness. I make people feel comfortable in their darkness. And the ones that I offend, it's just because they haven't accepted the darker aspects of life. They never accepted that women really want a hard dick. Well, if you've been given a soft one, you'll understand where that comes from. Does that happen? Hey, I think every adult has had these conversations but me. Where's my mother at a time like this? Oh, she's dead. Useless. Accept your shadows so that they are more easily resolved. Allow more love or more light and love inside and out of your world. And that's where you can come to a person like me who has crazy thoughts and feelings and pour out your crazy thoughts and feelings. You can come to a person like me that's been through some crazy shit and feel safe and validated and understood and guided because you know I already been through some stupid shit and I could help you with through some stupid shit and you could talk about stupid shit with me. Whereas you don't want to tell nobody else this shit. You're a little appalled that we talk about it in a group setting, but you're not the only one. All of us support you in this stupid shit. Why? Because God put you in it. We're here to support each other out of the shit, not deeper into the shit. Realistically, seriously. You know what I mean? Your trials, your battles are being won by you, but viewed by many, or maybe lost by you, and all are seeing this. I don't believe in losing. Really? You got to take, in your steps to go forward, you take a lot of steps backwards. Healing one area of your life, right? Facing one part of your life only will shove you back 10 layers deeper in a different part of your life. That just means you mastered one part. When you got to the part where, oh, I got this, and then, it's that Macaulay Culkin moment, here comes another fear. It's just another area of your life. That means you're climbing another ladder. Really? You think that you're unhealed because you just Kanye'd again, but your Kanye is a response to something else. It's not the same thing. You've mastered yourself over here. You don't Kanye on this area. And then sometimes you do. It's like, fuck, I thought I was ready for sex, and now here I am crying again at a dick pic. Damn it. I really thought I was ready for this. I'm fucking crying again. Damn it. Really? Well, your heart thought you were ready, but your mind obviously wasn't. At the very image or the thought, you got scared again. Mine may have been a penis. I don't know what you're running from. I mean, it's the whole man bod, but usually it comes down to the tip. Hey, Russ, what constant? I've never been afraid of Russ sexually. Never even considered the thought. Really? When I think about him shirt off, it just makes me laugh. I guess I could easily roll around in bed with you laughing. Is this considered funny sex? I've had violent sex. I've had makeup sex. Now I want to have funny sex. Realistically, can you have sex when you're laughing? I don't know. Can you keep it up? You talking about the joke or your fucking dick? Realistically, that sounds funny. I think he gets it. Remember what I told you? That memory? Yeah, he does. Oh shit, tell the world. I'm gonna tell you this fucking memory. I have no sexual memories. But then I had this memory where I fucking pulled this prank on my husband. What? I had these Batman pajamas. It was like a two-piece, boy shorts. Fucking gay ass. Why was I wearing boy shorts? Fucking homosexual. Just sorry, going back to it. He really is. Anyways, going back. Anyways, my son has this huge fucking mask, this Batman mask, right? And it's hawks and shit, right? So I'm all high because I'm a goofball. And I decided I'm going to put this mask on. And I turned to my ex-husband. So do you want to role play? It was a joke. I told everyone about it years ago. I forgot about that until just now again. Oh, it was a funny thought. Really? That's funny sex. Did we have sex? Let's hope not. Let's just hope it ended with me being funny. Why? Because sex with him was very unsatisfying, obviously. Best I got out of it was these two guys. Really? Moving on. Some traumatizing memories. Just funny. Accept your shadows. So they can be more easily resolved. I have a lot of sexual shadows. It came from sexual trauma. And then I became a sexual deviant. And I tried to hide it until this guy came over. And I couldn't hide it. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Really, it was so appalling. I had no idea what was coming out of me. I knew it was coming out of him. Imagine. It was so I fucking go back to that. He had no chance, bro. Realistically, no. And I blame myself. I was so mortified. What happened? I don't know. It happened so fast. And it always does. I'd be blaming the shit out of him, but I swear it's me. Really? What happened? He came to my house. I took him in my room. I laid him on my bed, fucking dry humped him, and then threw him up against the wall and sucked him. And then he left, and I never heard from him again. And I sat there like, oh, fuck, what have I just done? Really? It was very mortifying. I could not believe that I did such a thing. Really? Yeah. And then I thought I made him cheat, which I know I did, but I took all kinds of, I just didn't know what happened to me. It was the first time in 5 years. I went crazy on this dude. Really? Then he came again later. Literally. Oh, God. I met him after a music session. He came to my house. I rode him for like 5 minutes and then he was gone. I never saw him again. Then what happened? Then I met him in the middle of the day. and I gave him a blowjob, and then I never saw him again. Then what happened? Then I met him under the full moon, and we had full moon sex, and I never saw him again. When the last time I saw him. Do you do this all the time? No, I never did this before in my life. It's just this guy, dude, and he keeps fucking coming around, and I just keep doing this shit. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to. I just have no control over it. And then he disappears, and it just feels like such a mortifying experience for me. Really? It's very Jeffrey Dahmer. When are you going to stick around and we do more of this? Like, why do you keep leaving? Trying to avoid him for this current fucking Mercury retrograde. Hopefully I can make it through without fucking milking him again. Why do you do that? Well, first off, I have no memories. Second, there's just this sexual energy that comes upon me when I see him, and then I just, go into a pattern version of I'm going to make you come real fast. It's a lot of weird deviant training. What happens? I end up not having the best experience, but I experience something. I tried to deny this, but this has been going on for 3 years now. It's definitely a part of me that's very, man hungry for this guy. Really? Oh, man. I tried to get him to freaking leave his wife and we could do this, all the time, but he's not with it. So I'm trying to control it and put it somewhere else. I haven't found a place where it acts like that, though. Really? No, because I tied myself into. I'm such a child. Really? Yeah, I wear these Mr. Rogers sweaters. They're called, cardigans. And I have it hanging here, and I was playing with it, and then I tied it around my boobs, like I'm tied to my straitjacket to my chair. That's so funny. Really, yeah, there's a shadow side of me that nobody knew existed because I'm so very holy fucking holier than thou. Really, no, it comes out all the time. It's very, very sexual. Seriously, sexually fucking denied, I guess. I don't know. I don't have control over it. That's the whole point. So that's why we don't let it out too often, just so we can observe what it might do. In the case of an emergency, realistically, we're working on it. Seriously, I mean, it's an uncontrollable part called the Lilith. Do you know the stories? Currently reliving that reality. Just saying. True story? Yeah. It has to do with your shadows. Again, we don't really need to. I think I just gave you so much divine wisdom right there. You learned more about the vagina and my workings than ever. Really? No, I didn't tell you all that, but you don't need to. The whole point of this is honoring your feelings and the parts of you that you deny. I can only tell you about all my parts, but what about yours? What are you denying so that you can be pleasing? I'm not going to read this. Why? We just spent an hour and a half on one card. We don't need to. We'll save that for other ones. Why? Because we've been reading so many light cards. I just pull out light cards so that you guys have a dose of light and all the darkness we're dealing with, but we haven't dealt with it. Well, I mean, I really deal with it all the time. Have you dealt with your darkness? Did you go through the dark night of the soul this weekend? Really? Did you give up something or someone, a way of life, a thing? Again, I just explained to you quite clearly how that's going to feel internally, mentally, emotionally, physically. When you start doing this type of work, it's what's called light work. Really? After you get past the darkness, light work, that's what we were going to read. These are all oracles for how to harness the light that's being pushed inside of you as you eliminate your darker senses, your darker ways of being. I was really guided to the Archangel oracles, but then I saw that they wanted me to keep open the crystal mandalas because the crystal mandalas that we were currently going through with the Ascending Masters have deeper levels and understanding to the gifts given by the Archangels. But I like mine because they teach you the chakras, the stellars, the colors, all of that. I went to the blue ray, which is your throat chakra. This is very important. You have to be able to use all of them. This is your expression, communication, truth, courage, service, purpose, synchronicity, friendship, protection, and abundance. All right. Again, it's going to be what? Selenite. Duh, right there. Another one. We've been working with that all day. Lapis lazuli, kyanite, apagite, and solidite. Blue lotus is the oil. It's Arcturus, the guardian, the brightest star of boats. And then it has some sigils. The angels you'll be working with during this would be obviously the blue ray is going to be Sachael, which is going to bring wealth and charity. She's amazing. True wealth lies within. It's time to place more value on yourself so you can be generous without feeling drained. That goes back to my teaching earlier how I'm having unconditional trust on what I am rather than what the world can provide for me. The next one is Azrael, who is emotional expression. She comes with the whales. She rules over the planet Neptune, Caribbean goddess. Really? You are naturally intuitive and deeply sensitive. Acknowledge and trust your emotions as they can act as a powerful compass. Again, your feelings. And Michael, who brings you courage and protection. Really? He's your personal bodyguard. His message is to release your fears. You are safe and protected. If you are in a time when you need a little more courage, now that I am with you, shielding you from any perceived danger. Really? You are not alone. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Really? Yeah. You need to bring your spirits up. This is about keeping you have a weak mind. You must understand this at some point that you are not your thoughts. Understand where they come from and start to work with them. Really? Yes, you need to work with the layers of your being. First is your intellectual, which is your air, and your emotions, which is your waters that we just spoke of. They're not going to let me put these cards up. Well, let me put one of them up. We're going to put back something. There's too many cards out. Really? Yeah, I have to put some of these cards back. I can't hold them all. Um, you need to work with your mind and your emotions, and then you're going to need your fire, which is your willpower. Your willpower, as I just explained to you, is brought from either your heart, your emotions, or it's from your mind. Really? So if you have a weak mind and you're not, you're suppressing your emotions, then you probably don't have any much physical strength or much willpower to really do much in your life. If you're not channeling it through thoughts, you know what I mean? You're not applying yourself through something in your mind or through your heart, then you're not really applying yourself. That's where willpower comes. Your earth element is nothing more than your foundation in your reality. We can look at most of your earthbound realities, your current life circumstances, and see that you're not in a place of love. And here comes the mass argument. We can't just give up our lives. Fine. That's just an excuse. Because to give up this life doesn't mean you no longer have life. It means that you're open to receive the possibility of a new life. You will not consider another way of living. So, therefore, there's no other way to life than your suffering that you're currently enduring. And I want to point out that is the definition of insanity. You keep doing this, and you know, and you think that it's going to get better, is the definition of insanity. Really? It might get easier, but no better. Let me go in here, see what's going on here. I had somebody in my comments talking shit this morning, or yeah, they just talk some shit and left. Well, go away. People just love to talk shit. I mean, I don't think anybody talks more shit than me, but God says quit talking shit. Try to say something nice, or don't say nothing at all. I'm working on that, God. Really? Yeah. What the fuck did we just talk about? Luminescence. I guess holding the light in your dark space is what I'm going to talk about here. And that's it. When you can hold the light for yourself, you can hold the light for other people. When you can be strong for yourself, you can be strong for other people. But when you're not, you know what I mean? You just can't. You can't be something that you're not for yourself. I can't be a mother for someone else until I learned how to mother myself. I couldn't be a structured, you know what I mean, a good father to, a fathering figure or leader to others until I could learn how to, you know what I mean, have good structure over myself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be good with kids if I didn't let my own inner child come out and play once in a while. If I didn't have an imagination of my own. Realistically, I will smash you on some fucking go-karts, bro. I don't give a fuck. Let me lose a little bit more weight too, because I know that it has to do with this. I'm sure of it. If I wasn't so chunky, I could beat you. I know that. It has nothing to do with that. Really? Lewis knows about it. That's why he's all fucking thin. Your skin is thin, Lewis. You're fucking. Never mind. I don't want to go any deeper. Really? There's not much deeper we can go with someone like Lewis. Hey, I gotta put that card up. Hey, I put it somewhere else. Damn it. I mixed my cards. Well, we'll discover that card later, I suppose. Hey, you guys have a good one. Fuck. As much as I wish I was over, I always like to try to pull the tarot the night before to see what we're gonna wake up on some Monday shit. Really? Wake up, wake up. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Really? It brings another day. Don't you want to get a head start to know what your eyes are gonna open up in? I like to, if I could. Hey, I'll catch up with you guys later. Laters, haters.